In today's complex world, owning and sharing your personal story can be a powerful tool for creating meaningful impact. Drawing inspiration from Bryan Stevenson, a renowned human rights lawyer and advocate, this presentation explores 5 essential lessons on harnessing the power of your narrative. If that sounds like what you're interested in, then sit back and relax. I said relax because this is an important conversation. Stevenson's experiences, deeply rooted in his identity and shaped by his family's legacy and historical context, offer valuable insights into using personal stories to address systemic issues, craft compelling advocacy narratives, and inspire others toward positive change. As we delve into these 5 lessons, discover how you, too, can own your story to build influence and make a difference in society. Welcome to Learning from the Masters, where we explore both ancient and contemporary wisdom to improve ourselves. This is part of the 5-part book series, The Storytelling Mastery, which takes you by the hands about the ABC of storytelling. To learn more, visit Aclasses.org and search for Learning from the Masters. Now, back to today's presentation. Who is Bryan Stevenson? Bryan Stevenson is a prominent human rights lawyer, social justice activist, and the founder and executive director of the Equal Justice Initiative, EJI. Known for his tireless advocacy against mass incarceration, racial discrimination, and the death penalty in the United States, Stevenson has dedicated his career to defending those most marginalized and vulnerable in the criminal justice system. His work has brought significant reforms and highlighted the profound impacts of systemic injustice. He is also a compelling storyteller, often drawing on his personal experiences and family history to shed light on broader societal issues, making him a powerful voice for change and empathy in contemporary America. Inspired by his famous TED Talk, "We Need to Talk About an Injustice," each of the following 5 lessons will feature a quote from the TED Talk and show how you can replicate the same in your own narratives. Lesson 1. Understanding identity through personal narrative. To begin owning your story and making a significant impact, it's essential to understand the power of identity. Look at Bryan Stevenson's life as an example. He emphasizes the importance of identity, which he learned from his grandmother. She was a matriarch in his family, a source of strength, and her belief in him profoundly shaped his self-perception. Similarly, recognize the influential figures in your life who have helped shape your identity. Reflect on their impact and how their belief in you can empower your personal and professional endeavors. This can help you to be more relatable and engaging in your stories. And talking of being relatable and effective in your narratives, the following quote by Bryan Stevenson was quite effective in his talk. "I believe that our identity is at risk, that when we actually don't care about these difficult things, the positive and wonderful things are nonetheless implicated." This quote emphasizes the importance of caring about the difficult aspects of our identity. For Stevenson, his identity, shaped by personal and historical struggles, is integral to his mission. By embracing and understanding these challenging parts of his identity, he approaches his goals with authenticity and a deep sense of purpose, demonstrating how acknowledging the entirety of our identity, both the positive and the difficult, enables us to achieve a more meaningful impact. Lesson 2. The role of family and upbringing. Your family and upbringing play crucial roles in your personal development and worldview. Stevenson's story is a testament to this. His grandmother's advice and the promises he made to her provided him with a moral and ethical framework that guided his actions. Think about the values and lessons imparted by your family. How have they influenced your decisions and shaped your path? By acknowledging the foundational role of your family, you can draw strength from your roots and use these experiences to guide your actions and decisions. Of how these values are built into us, you will find the following quote valuable. If you have read the 5-part book series, The Storytelling Mastery, where learning from the masters came from, you will find that there was a reference to this quote. "She took me out back and she said, 'Bryan, I'm going to tell you something, but you don't tell anybody what I tell you. I think you're special. I think you can do anything you want to do.'" This quote highlights the profound influence of Stevenson's grandmother on his self-belief and moral compass. Her words instilled in him a sense of specialness and potential that guided his actions throughout his life. This illustrates how family values and lessons can provide a strong foundation, offering guidance and strength as we navigate our personal and professional journeys, and emphasizes the importance of drawing on these influences to stay grounded and driven. Lesson 3. Addressing systemic issues through personal experiences. One of the most powerful ways to own your story is by using your personal experiences to highlight and address broader systemic issues. Stevenson's work with the Equal Justice Initiative is deeply informed by his personal background and the experiences of his clients. These stories make abstract issues like mass incarceration and racial injustice tangible and urgent. In your own case, reflect on the challenges and injustices you or your community have faced over time. You can consider sharing these stories to raise awareness and drive change. By linking your personal narrative to larger social issues, you can make these problems more relatable and inspire others to join in your advocacy efforts. If you have been wondering why in our publications, we continuously refer to the foundational research project, The Journey, leading to the Aclasses media organization, and the struggles of the first African immigrants in Verona, Italy, now you know. These stories help to create connections for people. Sometimes, it's good to share some statuses of what you were talking about to better appeal to the logical brain of the audience. Now, this is how Bryan did it during his TED Talk. 1 out of 3 black men between the ages of 18 and 30 is in jail, in prison, on probation or parole. This quote uses a stark statistic to highlight systemic racial injustice and mass incarceration. Stevenson's ability to connect these broader issues to his personal experiences and those of his community makes the problem tangible and urgent. By sharing personal stories, individuals can illuminate systemic issues, making them more relatable and pressing to a wider audience, thereby driving awareness and inspiring action toward change. Lesson 4. Crafting a compelling narrative for advocacy. To effectively use your story for advocacy, it's crucial to craft a compelling narrative. Stevenson's speeches are powerful because they are authentic, emotionally engaging, and clearly highlight the need for action. When you share your story, focus on being genuine and connecting emotionally with your audience. Use personal anecdotes to humanize complex issues and clearly articulate what changes you are advocating for. Remember, a compelling narrative not only informs but also inspires and mobilizes people to act, especially when you want to move people to action even if they think it might be impossible. Think of the following way Byron cleverly put it before his audience. When we create the right kind of identity, we can say things to the world around us that they don't actually believe make sense. We can get them to do things that they don't think they can do. This quote underscores the power of a well-crafted identity and narrative in influencing others. Stevenson's compelling storytelling, rooted in authenticity and emotional engagement, effectively inspires his audience to act. By crafting a narrative that resonates on a personal level, individuals can advocate for change more effectively, mobilizing others to join their cause and achieve collective goals. Lesson 5. Bridging personal stories with broader historical contexts. Finally, to fully own your story, place it within a broader historical and social context. Stevenson discusses the legacy of slavery, segregation, and racial terror to provide a deeper understanding of current injustices. Your story should be part of a larger narrative. By understanding and communicating how your experiences connect with historical and social frameworks, you can provide your audience with a richer and more comprehensive understanding of the issues at hand. Think of the last quote for today by Byron during his famous TED Talk, and see how it makes sense to you in line with what we are talking about. I talk a lot about these issues. I talk about race and this question of whether we deserve to kill. This quote demonstrates how Stevenson connects personal and historical narratives to address contemporary issues, such as the death penalty and racial injustice. By situating his personal stories within larger historical and social contexts, he provides a deeper understanding of these issues, fostering empathy and a sense of shared responsibility. This approach enhances the impact of personal storytelling by linking individual experiences to broader societal frameworks, thereby educating and mobilizing audiences more effectively. In summary, by understanding and embracing your identity, learn to draw strength from your family and upbringing. Always remember to use your personal experiences to highlight systemic issues, craft compelling narratives for advocacy, and connect your story to broader historical contexts. This is how you can own your story and make a significant impact in your society. Bryan Stevenson was an example of how powerful personal storytelling can be in driving social change. In your own case, reflect on your own journey and consider how you can use your story to influence and inspire others. Most importantly, the transformative power of storytelling lies in its ability to connect, educate, and motivate people towards positive action. Starting today, become a catalyst for change in your community and beyond by owning your story. To learn more, visit Aclasses Media at aclasses.org and search for Learning from the Masters. You can also request for a free chapter from the Storytelling Mastery at aclasses.org/free chapter. See you in the next video.